Whew. Well, very good evening to you all. Oh, if you live in the Brno region, I can very highly recommend the Singha Thai restaurant in the centre for delivery, specifically. It arrived quicker than all the other stuff that was on offer. I was a bit late ordering, and then everything was busy, and they got it there fast. Food was piping hot, packaged really well in a sensible way. Came with napkins, which is bloody handy. Oh, dear God. Is default spicy, which in the Czech Republic is not always easy to get your hands on, but with the option to tone it down if you've got some friends who are not into that sort of thing. Sounds like an advert for a restaurant. Well, it bloody is. That was a tasty, tasty meal. Alrighty. So, hope you're all having a good evening so far. I've had a bit of an odd day because I normally have one of my busiest work days on a Tuesday, but because of Christmas and a big company meeting and this, that and the other, all of my classes at my main client cancelled. And so I ended up with sort of basically almost a free day, and have spent it doing an unbelievable amount of tidying and recycling and all that sort of stuff. So you feel very, very virtuous while not actually having earned any money. Beer's going everywhere. Never mind, that's what it does, I suppose. So a very nice day in that regard, sort of feeling a bit virtuous, feeling like I've got something done, sent off some invoices, a bit of admin and this, that and the other. And for those who know me, know how much I dislike admin, so getting some done was a big success. Oh, marvellous. And then, as I say, a very, very nice meal. Wonderful stuff. Also managed to get the dog out for a walk, so not feeling guilty about that. All good news. Onto the gaming side of things. Today, going to be playing a bit of Frostpunk, which is a sort of post-apocalyptic style. I'm not going to say it's post-apocalyptic, but it's that kind of style of game. Survival, city builder, where essentially we are trying to escape an unbelievable winter that's coming and wipes everybody out. We're some of the last survivors of humankind. And we've got a big-ass generator, and we've gone and slapped it down in a crater in the North Pole. And we are trying to survive. So we're going to build our new civilization up north, explore around, and take advantage of what I'm told are incredibly good graphics. I did have a quick playthrough, I think on sort of easy difficulty or something months back when I first got the game. It was recommended to me, and I remember having a good time with it, but I really don't remember a great deal about the game, and I'm pretty sure I played it on too easy of a difficulty because it was a bit smooth. Didn't have too many problems as I remember. And when I bought the game, on offer with it was another game made by the same company, which is I think 11-bit studios or 8-bit studios. They got some, something bit studios anyway. And they also made a game called This War of Mine. And if you haven't played that game, I really recommend it. It is a cheap, brilliant idea that was designed well. Not perfectly, but well. And it's a 2D game where there's a war going on and you are inside some of the ruined buildings of a sort of Central European style city. It doesn't actually sort of confirm for you exactly where you are, but you get the feeling that that's the sort of place. And instead of playing as the soldiers or the guys with the guns, for once you play as the people who are just trying to survive. So you just need to try and stay warm, dry, fed, and alive. And the game makes it consistently difficult to be all of those things in quite a good way. It doesn't feel too systematic. When you get particularly good at the game, I've probably put a few too many hours into the game now. And so there are some tricks and things you can do that make the game a little bit too easy to beat, I would say. But when you first on your first sort of 10 playthroughs, which I think is quite a lot of hours because it takes a while, and your sort of end date is unknown often, and so on and so forth. So playing a lot of playthroughs before you work all that stuff out, you will die several times, you will lose several times, you'll win several times in different ways with different survivors, usually with a different style, a different thing that you've done to sort of sustain yourself, but all within this very simple 2D engine of a building that you're in and then going out during the night and scavenging and so on. So at the time when I bought Frostpunk, I got that one kind of almost for free, and then I ended up playing both, but it was this War of Mine that really caught my eye at that time. And so I ended up sort of jumping onto that, and I neglected Frostpunk a little bit. And today I just had the urge to jump back on it and to really explore the game a bit more properly. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So I think that's enough talking. Let's jump in. I do not know where my face wants to be in this game. I do not remember, so I'm going to switch to the in-game view. And we'll start on the bottom left and go from there. Oh, and we will plug in my headphones because currently we're on speakers. Like a moron. Alright. Oh, that is loud. Let's turn that down a bit. Right. So. Endless mode. No, let's do a scenario. So, a new home, main story. Customize the scenario. Let's make it hard. What's this? Oh, so you can change individual parts. No, we'll just put everything on hard. Try and make the game a fair amount of a challenge. Evening, Martin. How are you? Well, you are technically a smidge late, but fortunately, I was also late, and then I was chatting about this game and this War of Mine and some other stuff for ages. So we are, in fact, at the start. I've just had a very hot Thai food meal, and so therefore I'm still sort of reeling from it. As you can hear, I sound like I'm sick. I'm not at all. I've just had a wonderful, wonderful meal that has blown the back of my head clean out like a shotgun. Oh, baby. Right. So we're going to stick everything on hard. We're not going to go with extreme because it says almost no room for error, and I'm almost certainly going to make some errors. I'm great. This game is perfect for this time of year. Yes, exactly. It's something topical. So let's jump in. The Long Dark. Alright, I'll check it out.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old.
This really reminds me of Darkest Dungeon now.
Pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress.
Is this the same voice actor?
Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning.
It might be, you know.
When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity.
More than 12 degrees in Poland, eh? It was pretty chilly here.
We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step, we knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
It's a bloody good intro, isn't it? Oh, okay, so, new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. Oh, now I really want an apple crumble. Dessert. Right. In we go. Hello. Oh, I closed the menu thing a bit before I actually managed to read it. Let's just double check. So Celsius, yep, sensible. And full screen, everything's good, everything's very high. Marvellous. Let's notch down the volume a smidge. Does anyone else feel like it's a tiny bit loud? It felt a bit loud. I'm going to knock it down a tiny bit. If anyone feels it's now quiet, do let me know. Right, we need to stockpile some coal. How on earth do we do that? Do we get all our people and whack them on coal? Here we go. What's this? Wood crates. Steel, wood, coals here, coals here. Let's go... Let's go to the obvious coal. Go! How many people have we got? 35 unemployed. Alright, well let's get another set on the old coal then. Presumably we are going to need some other stuff as well. They list them coal, wood, steel, so presumably wood is the next most valuable. And then we've got 5 remaining people to maybe just go and get some steel on the go. I don't know, but that's going to be my guess. We need to turn the generator on once we've got enough coal to do so. Presumably we need to stockpile enough first. They're not going to freeze immediately. The game is probably not that brutal. But you never know. Maybe it is. And while my citizens may be freezing their tits off in the search for coal, I have a lovely mug of tea. Oh, God, yes. Alright, so discontent is low, lack of shelter, no recent change to hope. That's the law stuff, economy stuff. How's my economy doing? Everything's fine. Is that shelter? No, that's my stockpiles. Right, okay. So we're going to have presumably an industrial side here. That won't be an industrial side forever, but there is a lot of wood and stuff. So I guess this wants to be our residential area. Possibly here as well. Something like that. This could be alright for semi-residential. So I think we want to go from like there round to maybe there as residential, and this can be my, well, down here, industry. Is there more industry? Yeah, so industry here, semi-industry here with tech here, maybe. Something like that. You want to sort of plan this stuff out in advance. I know that from playing other city builders. course, every plan immediately goes to shit when you meet some problems, but... what time is it? So work time... And when do they go... When do they finish? Interesting, we don't yet know. Well, we've stockpiled some coal, and now we've turned the generator on. Boom. So we've succeeded in that. We want to build some stuff. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now, food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. A raw food supply. Alright, so... what can we build? We can build a hunter's hut. This is likely to be the... venturing beyond the city, so these can be way away from the city, I would say. We do not need them to be anywhere close, and since they're not going to be in my residential area... What's this? Oh, that's where I can build a big refinery thing later on, so we don't want it there. So let's pop it here so that we can use the same road that we then build to this in order to get... build a street, yes. So from there to there, and we can use that street to then later on fuel the start of this industrial zone. Would they benefit from a street to that coal place? Possibly. Problem is, how much does it cost me to build streets?
Workday ends. It's time off.
Oh, workday ends. That's not great. Time to build some tents then. So we said we're going to go one. What? Is that it? We don't have enough already to build anything more than that. What do we need? Wood. Yeah, we're shit out of wood. Okay. Interesting. No roofs over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in the terrible cold. So I'll provide some shelter. 2 days to provide shelter for 40, or I'll provide shelter for everyone. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go big or go home. I'll provide shelter for every bugger. Which means I think I might take these guys off. Have we got any more wood crates lying about? Yeah, we do, there. Let's take all of those off there, pop them onto wood, and just make sure that's sorted. Wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Yeah, well, I think providing shelter for people, not a bad shout, I'll be honest. So, I'm not going to snuff that particular request. We are going to need 7 more shelters, which require 10 wood each, so we need 70 wood plus streets if we need to build any. 70 wood. How fast does this bring that in? We'll extract 5.1 per hour. And then we've got another 5 over there, so a third of that, 1.5 approximately, 6.6, about 6 an hour, so we're going to need 11 hours of work time. Presumably we have 12-hour shifts, if not more, so we should get enough wood in 1 day, never mind 2, and we've only promised 2. So, looking good so far, people huddling around the generator, and just to point out, this game is beautiful. Like, I could do this as a chill stream, and not just as a pun. God, I enjoy tea a bit too much. Right. Now then, food. People are going to want some food eventually. We have a lot of people currently on coal, I think. 15 there, 15 there. Let's knock 5 off, and get some hunters going. We can afford a bit less than maximum coal. We are going to need the wood that we're getting because of the promise that we've made. It should raise hope a little bit, I believe. And we can now speed this up, so let's do that. And this street should be used to get to this wood pile as well. So we've sort of doubled up the use of that a little bit. Work time, right? No. Number of sick is rising. We don't have enough materials. Perhaps a burst of effort. Open the Book of Laws. Alright, so we can either do emergency shift. Raising discontent a smidge. We can put the children to work. Or we can arse around with child shelters. Well, we're most definitely not doing that. Cemetery. I think that it's not the sign of a great leader. The first thing you do is you turn up and go, right boys, I realise you've not got any houses, but what we need to do is work on the graveyard. So we're not doing that. What's going down here? Radical treatment or sustain life. Interesting. Food additives. So we get some sawdust in there. Oh yeah. Or soup. Fighting arena. So I'm not sure. I think obviously the game wants me to sign in this emergency shift and then do it. And I think honestly, like, as much as I hate being prodded into doing stuff by the game, I think in this case it makes a lot of sense. How's our coal consumption versus... So we're making 204 a day and we're using 144. So we're building up a bit of a reserve. I'm tempted to knock that down a smidge to get a bit more wood in then.
Work time. Get back to work.
Let's see how much wood comes pouring in. If we get enough... We're also going to need some people. Oh, we've got 15 other workers that aren't employed. Hold up. Engineers, but they can't work on that. Can they work in there? No, only workers can work in there. So we need to get something that engineers can do and then whack them in there, which is probably a cookhouse, right? Cookhouse requires 20, so we're going to have to hold on for a minute. Or we can build a gathering post first to increase the gathering rate for all these things. Tempted by the gathering post, actually. We'd have to build a street out to it if we wanted it to come out here. Interesting. So we could build one out here, which would touch all 3 areas just there. Yeah. That's going to be worth it, I think. So let's get a street going. Corner to corner. Why can't we build that? Because we don't have enough wood, I guess. Wait to get a bit of wood in. And now can we build 3 sections of it? Does it cost 1 per section? Yes, it does. Okay. So we wait for a minute, get a bit of wood, and then whack a street into this gathering hut. And then I think this gathering post can then have engineers working on it, so we'll get those 15 that are unemployed to get their ass to work on gathering some resources, which will be a boon for our economy. I don't know how much wood we're going to need, about 10 I would guess, so let's wait for the 10th. Boom, there it is, and we'll bring it out to there. Yep. I bet they're wishing they had a mighty fine brew, because they don't. That wood crates as well, it is, right. I think, like, as much as we've got a bit extra coal, I'm going to knock 2 workers off coal here, 2 workers off coal here, and whack 2 extras onto, 4 extra onto wood. Because at the moment we need this wood to pour in to start getting these shelters going. And while the engineers aren't doing shit, let's get them building tents for people so that when we get to the evening time, people are mildly less pissed with me. Now, if we build the cookhouse out here, it's all well and good until it starts to get really cold, and then we won't be able to make any food. Might have to bring the cookhouse in here somewhere. I love painting convergence models. Isn't it just metal? Don't you just slap metal everywhere? Fastest models to paint. I can imagine. I can imagine. What do we need for that? Well, let's just whack another one down. There we go. So we've got half the shelter done for one night. That's good news. We've got a resource gathering post, which means we can whack all of our engineers in there, and that will gather some shit, which is nice. Now, can we tell them to... Let's tell them not to gather steel for a bit. Oh, I can't tell them not to gather steel, it would seem. So we've got 5 sick. We could do with getting a medical post going at some point. 25 wood. Oof. With 5 beds. Well, 5 beds is a good number, isn't it? Because that's exactly how many we've got sick. But it wants us to start feeding people before we start treating them. I'm tempted to agree. Let's go with a cookhouse. I think we're going to whack it on this road, but not there because it'll get too cold later on. I want to be able to try and get it maybe with a further generator. I'm a bit jealous of you having some convergence, though. I'd be very much up for convergence. Maybe I should offer, like, instead of doing my Legion as a cell, I should maybe do them for a swap for convergence and then play some convergence. But again, I keep saying that and then forgetting that I have no opponents to play. No! No, you bastards. Where's my Book of Laws thing? Where do I, how do I do a full shift? Get your asses back to work. How do I do it? Anybody know? How do I do a force? work shift thing. We made a whole law for it. I want to do it. We were doing so well. Anybody know? We've got 15 kids. I don't want 15 kids. I want 0 kids. Well, technically, I want 15 adults. Can we just skip the kids bit? Can we adopt? Let's get an adoption agency instead of a cookhouse. Ooh, photo mode. What's that? Oh, that is cool. You can literally just take photos of your thing with no UI on it. But it doesn't help me with my law. So, how do I... if the new CID stays as it was in the last week's cycle, then convergence might be pretty meta viable. Well, that would be glorious. Choose the place where they work, the gathering post. Yep. Oh, and then do an emergency shift. Marvellous. Do it. Haha! Martin knows how to get people working. Fucking mush! Mush! Work! Thank you! Right. That'll get... Has that got enough? Has that got full boys? Yep, it's full of boys. Marvellous. So that can get us some wood and steel. People from our convoy. Hello. With basic resources secured for now, we can try and rescue the people we left behind. Can we, though? Can we? Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop. Yeah, bugger that. I'm settling on my... on resources. I know any resource, well, any strategy game, get your economy going, fuck the rest of it for a bit. So we're going to go balls to the wall on economy, and those people out there will just have to hold on for a bit. Now, we promised a lot of people a lot of houses, so I think we're going to have to get a second row of tents in, and they're going to get chilly if we put them too far around there, but don't really see another way to do it, so bad luck. More tents, everybody gets to work. These boys are back. Yeah, if these boys churn out 24 hours worth of wood, that'll get these shelters up and running. We've got our cookhouse ready to go. We've got some boys doing... I sound like Jake now. I'm not sending immortals out to hunt for stuff. Maybe I should. That'd be a lot better. We've got quite a few hungry folk. We do need to get that medical post up as well. I wonder which one is... Ooh, hello. What was that? Oh, nothing. We're getting a bit too much steel. How can I stop them gathering steel? Doesn't look like I can. Oh well. I'm sure we'll need steel eventually, so it's not the end of the world that we're getting some. So we still need 3 more shelters, but I'm concerned about our number of sick here, so I'm going to save up for the medical post. But we are going to need some more engineers to make that happen. How do we get more engineers? Maybe we have to go and save those people that he was talking about. Maybe there'll be some engineers out there. Interesting balance, this. I think if we go too hard on shelter to make everybody happy... When can we see the like when that promise runs out? Is there a way to see when we promised people that we'd have shelter by? Time left 15 hours. So by the end of the workday, we'll be able to do that. Fuck that. That's all right. let's get the medical thing set up first. I think that's going to be more important. Right, 10 people who are having a sleep anyway can get their asses building this medical post. We should probably speed this up a bit now because there's not much going on. Hello, decision making. There's so much to do and not enough hands to do it. A quick way of addressing this problem is to put our children to work. Fuck yes! Child labour, sign it. Sign it like it's hot. Children can be employed in safe workplaces. Yeah, safe. Get them in the coal mines. That's safe. Evening, Matthias. How are you? So we've got 15 unemployed kids. Where can we put them to work? We can put them to work here. Marvellous. Let's put 5 less engineers, 5 more children. Go and gather. Gather, you bastards. Decent just got home from helping out at the barn. Now Blood Bowl. I am genuinely delighted that everybody's having such a good time with Blood Bowl. I'm also... let's get maximum engineers healing some folk. We can't get children in there, that's annoying. Where can we put some children in on the food? Do we want the entire food supply made by kids? Yeah, fuck it. But we can't put, so then we have to take some engineers out of there. Hang on. What? Take engineers out. Just kids, lots of kids, fuck it. And now we need engineers out of somewhere. Where are my engineers? Oh, they're all unemployed, but I can't... so we need to find somewhere where you can put workers. Then we need to take workers out of there. Where are the workers? Have I got no... Are all my workers on, bastard? Yeah, okay. So we need to put a bunch of engineers in there, and now everybody's going to work. Marvellous. Oh, face position is obscuring UI. Thank you very much indeed. Let's move ourselves up there and see if that's any better. Let me know if anything pops up in the top left that's particularly important. Right, I'm going to build the rest of our tents. So that is our little tent quest sorted. We'll then pop in a little bit of road. There to get those all joined up. Right, so that's the shelter issue sorted. Health is kind of sorted. Food is on the way. We could do with a second resource gathering point, I think. And we could do with linking its roads somehow, probably to here. So getting a road out here, getting a resource gathering point over here. Or maybe here. Wood, steel, wood. How much of this is left? Doesn't say. Interesting. It still wants us to build that workshop. I am very much more concerned about getting my economy up and running. Let's get a secondary road out there, so we've got some infrastructure building along to get our industrial area here, residential area here, and food and doctors and so on here. We're going to have research here somewhere, I think. Woodcrete's depleted. Which ones? These ones? Fuck buckets. We've only just put guys there. Damn. Right, we've got some more workers apparently. Unemployed general workerage. Let's... How do I turn off this? Oh, right, I don't need to turn it off, it's still active. Cool. That's maxed. That's not yet maxed, but it is now. And then that gets some people on it. Nice. Alright, so we've got enough of those for everybody. Now, do we need another medical post? It feels like we maybe do. Might be a bit of a rush job, that. Is that a rush? Double medical post? You know what? People being sick isn't good. Let's have a double medical post. Damn the expense. I get the impression that under my leadership, people are going to need them. Could have less people working on resources in order to get those buildings built faster. Maybe that's worth it. Let's take 5 workers off and find out. So we can then max out that. Oh, fuck it, just have that going full. I mean, as I said, get your economy going. Worry about other stuff later on. Now we've got 1 hour left. Oh my god, those houses aren't getting built.
Time to rest, folks.
I wonder if those houses are going to get built in time with everybody coming back. Nope. Oh, we took a big hit there, lads. We took a big hit. Oh, dear God. We did not think about the building times. We just sort of cracked on with it and it didn't get it done. Yeesh. Right, we need some engineers. Let's find out where my engineers are. 3 are over here, 2 are over here, and max them out. Done. Good stuff. Oh, we took a big smack in the fucking hope right there, didn't we? People are hungry. Food rations less than a day. Yeah, but we've got food rations. People are getting less hungry as we go along. I think a lot of stuff is getting sorted out. We just came up a tiny, tiny bit short on that housing promise. With another couple of hours, we'd have had that. Arrgh. Fuck. So we need to build a workshop. We can do that. And we can stick it out in what's going to be our tech aisle. Emperor Simon. Pope Simon. I'm going to be like, if history has taught me anything, that when you've got a bunch of desperate folk afraid of death, religion is the way to go if you want to control them all. We're going to start a religion faster than fucking stink as soon as we get the chance to. The Church of Me. The first time I played this game, I played it a while back on a mode that was too easy and I didn't really sort of do everything, but I went with discipline just because I generally can't stand the church. But I think just for the sake of how bloody effective it usually is in this sort of scenario, whack a religion straight in there. So we've got 10 people being treated. I think the double medical post was probably a good idea. We are likely to need another... Yeah, we're going to need more raw food. We're going to need another hunter's hut. We're going to need some more engineers as well. Whoa, hello. Right. There we go. A full complement of engineers. And then we need a research goal. So it's either steam hubs or heaters. Beacon or gathering, coal thumper, sawmill, etc. or upgraded hunter's hut. Interesting. Very interesting. Genuinely not sure what to research. Instinct tells me our current problem is food, but that might not necessarily always be the problem. We're about to hit a cold snap, but by the time we've researched anything, it's probably going to be over. So, what's going to be our next problem? Wood is still an issue, but we might get through that just through sheer will. Getting short on resources. Our needs are great and growing by the hour. To address this, we can enact a law that allows us to extend working hours. Discontent will rise slightly, and you can do this, that, and the other. Well, no. I don't think that's going to help us right now. Hope will rise. Do we need hope to rise? Either way, let's commit to signing sustained life.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
No, I don't know why, but I've decided we're keeping people alive. It's part of our religion. Right, we need a research lord. Let's go with the hunters. It costs us 10 wood to research you bastards.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
People are about to get chilly. So how do we... Oh dear.
The work shift starts.
Yeah, we may be quite fucked. Right. Let's have a look at heating, shall we? That would be generator range. We'd need drawing boards to get it. Which would need 50 wood, that we most definitely don't have. Oh god. Right, let's start with hunter's gear and go from there. So, the fact that those places are far too chilly is very, very bad news, as far as I can tell, because we have no way to heal them yet. Wood crates are gone from there. We're going to have to build a second resource place somewhere else eventually, aren't we? Do we need 2 workshops? Feels like we might need 2 workshops. Child got distracted at work, been injured. Accident was not serious and happened entirely due to the child's carelessness. Well, stop being careless. You penis. What's this? Family torn apart. Came forward after we built the workshop. She said her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group. She's still out there. She wants to join the first scout team. We'll send out. She'll urges you to hurry. We'll do what we can. No, we won't. Right. Less than a day. We're not getting enough food in. We need another hunter's hut. don't think it matters that they're both next to each other, so get on with it. One of our people have been gravely ill. This will keep happening if you people work in such cold. Yeah. Get to work. As far as I know, we've got everybody sheltered. We've got 10 people not working. Why are you not working? Oh, they're building stuff anyway, so actually it's not a bad idea having a few people unemployed, get the stuff built. And then we can whack them in there to work, actually, so that's not bad. We're going to need another research gathering point over here once this thing depletes. Speed this up a bit because I don't think anything particular is going to happen just now. And then once that's built, we could build a beacon, but we need to research the beacon first. So that's not going to happen just yet.
Workday ends. It's time off.
Cold homes. Diddle-diddle-diddle. Heat some homes. No, get fucked. Your discontent may well rise, but I'm not going to be in a position to heat those homes, so I'm not going to make promises that I can. They can all just get boned. Got a fair amount of wood, so once we get that done, then my food supply should pop up, but we're not going to get warm enough to get that done yet, so we're going to have to maybe start working towards heaters. We've almost got enough wood to get that rank 1 tech point on the generator. I think that's going to be a pretty important thing to do, so I think again we fuck this beacon off and we go for generator research, which means I think we're going to whack an emergency shift onto that. People are discontent, don't give a damn. But we need this thing to be pumping out its research at the moment. It is very important. Good evening, Yokai. Or Yoka, sorry. How you doing? You having a good evening? Oh, get back to... Is that... That's cool. Oh, I do like the graphics on this. So hunters from a hunter's hut will now produce a crap load more. Oh no, we're 5 wood short. We're 5 wood short and we've forced these guys to go back to work. We fucked it up. No. Doing good, just having a kebab. Well, I envy that. Sod it. Since I can't do the thing I wanted to do, let's get the beacon and get the main thing done so they can stop whining at me about that. Meanwhile, let's wait for this warm snap to come back a little bit so that these fuckers will start working. This is the main story scenario on hard difficulty, not extreme hard. I haven't really played this game that much, so I just thought I would jump in and have a go with the main thing. How many scenarios are there? Do you know the game reasonably well, or...? Right, let's speed this up a bit until something happens. Somebody died, somebody else died. Holy crap. we need a way to deal with the bodies. So do we go with a cemetery? Or do we go with corpse disposal? Since we're going to go with a religion, let's go with a cemetery.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
One cemetery, presumably we don't need to keep it particularly fucking warm. We're gonna need a road out here eventually, so let's build a bit of extra road. Three before you hit DLC. Alright, fair enough. What's happening over here? Death of overwork. Hope will rise slightly. Alright, we could do with some hope. Let's get some hope going. Meanwhile, we need an engineer. Where have I got any engineers working? How do I check working stuff? Economy's here. Nope. That's Book of Laws. Where do I get like a full list of all my workers and what they're doing? Can I do that here? Got any engineers working up here? No. Engineers. Can't be in there. We've got children working there. We've got engineers working here, but actually they can't work because it's too cold, right? So fuck them. Get one more there, one more there. Marvellous. Something's happened here. Protective mother. Mother refused to let her daughter go to work, afraid she'll get injured. We could look the other way, but the others might see it as unfair. Get to work, you bish. I don't really play this game often, but I did some runs on the Iron Man achievement. Got about a month ago. Haven't attempted the second scenario yet. Oh, fair enough. Cool. And how did you come across the stream, by the way? So 35% on towards this beacon that we need to get done, and we've not got any emergency shifts going at the minute. We could have a few more hunters going, I suppose. But, I don't know. These things are not working anyway, so let's take everybody out of them, and then they can go and hopefully build stuff. Click on the number bottom right for a list of workers. This sort of brings it up like this, but this doesn't really help me. It's sort of like if I just want to like find out where are my engineers, for example. I don't seem to be able to do that very well. Looking for Frostpunk streams, and there weren't many English ones. Oh dear. Well, here we are. Most definitely English here. Get back to work.
Get back to work.
I could do with this temperature rise coming up so that my bloody medical posts are working faster than my graveyards. Hope rises a bit. You can see the list of workers and where they're assigned to, I think. You can hover the engineer icon and see where they are. What? Am I missing something? Oh, I hover it and then I look around on the map and I can see, so I can see like 5 there, for example. Right, okay. I got you. Thank you. These are inoperative because they're cold anyway. We need to wait for a beacon to come up. We've got medical posts, we've got hunters' huts. I don't think we're going to need too many more cookhouses, honestly. Everyone's going to get hungry in a minute anyway, so fuck them. We could build another gathering post over here to bring those guys out of the cold. I think that's going to make some sense. Let's do that. Let's bring another road out to there. And then we can put all these guys over here into the warm, and they can also bring some wood in instead of just coal. That seems to make sense to me. How's everything doing? Not great because of this cold situation screwing us here, but we're going to try and get the next set of research. Do we need a second workshop? Do we need to pump out this research? It feels like double workshop might be the way to go. Let's have a look at price. 15 wood, 5 steel, and we're going to need 5 engineers in there. That is value. Let's get that going. Double research. Okay. We can speed that up a bit. Mild frostbite. Citizen became gravely ill. My usual response of fuck 'em. Beacon researched. Bravo. Right. 20 wood, 35 steel. We're on it. No problems at all. And where do we build that? Anywhere we want. We'll stick it out in the boonies then. Just pop it there because I don't think it needs to be particularly warm in my beacon, does it? So we can stick it next to the graveyard. Fairly certain you'll have a rebellion before long. Well, it wouldn't be my empire if we didn't have a rebellion going on, would it? Right. Let's go for a heating... Oh, you bastards, give me some... Oh, can I do that? Heaters, yes. Heaters, let's have that. Heaters seems good. Alright, so we can whack some children in there, some engineers in there.
Workday ends. It's off time.
And we can take a dude out of here, whack him in there. And more sick beds needed. Concerned about the rising number of untreated sick, I'll open a new medical post. I promise the sick will be treated, or I won't address it. Interesting. So third medical post, or promise they will be treatable. They probably won't be treated because we're fucking this up a little bit. But I don't want to just keep telling them to fuck off, otherwise we will have a rebellion. So let's tell them we'll open an additional medical post. Then let's do that and put one in the heat so that we can actually treat some people. Of course, then the heat will rise and we'll get heaters and all these problems will be solved and it'll all be too late. But, you know, better than a poke in the eye with a stick, innit? Now the food situation isn't marvellous, but that's mainly because of the cookhouse not working for about 5 days. Oh, we've got too many engineers over here. -1 engineer, +1 worker, get an engineer in there, but solved. Take all these workers off coal up here and put them all... Ah shit, we need engineers again. Engineers none, engineers max. Healthcare, look at that, they're all happy. We barely did anything, but that seems marvellous. We've got 1 worker who's unemployed. Where are my engineers? They're all in engineering places. So, oh, because one of them died, so that's why we're short 1. Fuck it. Bad luck. I think food's more of an issue than coal at the moment, so let's take those out of there, stick them in there, especially since we've got upgraded hunters, so we're getting more value per person out of our hunting than we are out of certainly just random coal digging by hand or whatever. 17 people hungry, yeah, that is an issue, I can see that. I concede that we are a bit fucked on the food front. Discontent is going to kick us right in the arse, isn't it? We're no longer lost and blind. We are now able to survey the icy barrens. Oh! We even get a balloon. Alright, so we can do Lost Expedition, or we can go to the observatory, rescue the survivors of our Lost Expedition. They seem pretty intense about that, so go directly to the beacon to deploy a new unit. Create a scout team. We need 40 wood and 5 workers. We have neither of those things, so let's not worry about that too much. Also, everyone's hungry, sick and dying. But other than that, it's all going really well. Holy shit. We found a boy frozen to the bone in the cemetery next to a fresh grave. Must have been there for hours. He wanted to call an emergency meeting. Says if you agree, his mother will wake up to attend it. Yeah, he can go and get fucked. And then people cheer, little real feet, everyone proud, etc, etc. Volunteers. Well, we've got volunteers, but we haven't got any wood, have we? So, you know, bad luck. That workforce isn't actually gathering this wood. It needs to have a sawmill, doesn't it? Shit. You could demolish some buildings or road for wood. I did not know you could do that. That's cool. But I think that gathering post is able to gather that wood, right? Yeah, and it will gather it. But other than that, have we got any more wood anywhere that isn't frozen? There, and that is also being gathered. But we could gather more. We need either a sawmill or we need to... So can I build a sawmill? No, I need to research a sawmill. This one only has 9. That's how much it has left. 9. And that one's got 63. Oh, we are so fucked. What have I got that's additional? I need the cemetery, I need this... I don't need this research post anymore after this has gone, right? I can get rid of it. So yeah, we can demolish this research post once that 9 wood has come in, and that will get us a little bit back. We need the hunter stuff, we need workshops because that is what's holding us back. This one is the only place now gathering us wood, so it's essential. This one is our main coal point. This is still 5... No, we've got no workers on this at the moment. So we are going to have a serious wood problem. Very, very soon. Oh, you're so funny. So utterly hilarious. Asshole. How's your Blood Bowl game going? Are you 1-0 down yet? Right. No gatherable resources. So, I guess... How do we demolish? Dismantle. Here we go. Marvellous. Something's happened. Double rations for kids. In the wake of the recent child workers accident, the parents argue that we could give working children double rations, help them stronger and prevent injuries. Yeah, fuck it. We need some hope, and I suppose if they are working, fair enough, eat something. The temperature is going to come back up fairly soon, and then our other medical bases come back online, and more importantly our cookhouse with any luck. Also, we're halfway to heaters. Jesus, this heaters is taking forever to get done. Oh, spanking a halfling. Right. Well, if you weren't, I would need to come over there and spank you. With your own toys. Like... Two sick absences. Ah, this is what's going to be slowing us down, isn't it? I bet everyone's sick. Actually, they're all working. Interesting. So why is this going so goddamn slowly? Steel wreckage depleted. One person died. Bad luck. That's being dismantled. Then we could send out that survey team, but I think more important is going to be to get these sawmills up and running immediately. They are eating. Oh yeah, I mean, nobody's been eating for several days. They're all boned until we get this temperature rising. So I made a mistake at the start, which I haven't really been able to fix, which is that my cookhouse is out of range of the generator. And so I didn't have any heaters or anything to sort it out. But as soon as we get these heaters, I should be able to turn these buildings back on and then immediately get them working. And that is going to help a lot of our issues, I hope. Because most of our issues involve that. Right, heaters researched. Get the bastard heaters on. Go. Right, fill that one with kids. We need engineers. We need engineers immediately. Where are my engineers? They're all in the bastard workshops, aren't they? Well, we're going to have to just go no engineers in there for a minute. We need people getting well. And we absolutely need sawmills. So get on with that. How do we get more engineers? I suppose we probably try to send out this expedition crew and get more people back in, because that's likely to be what that entails. And we need engineers big time. 10 people are being treated, that's good. At least something. Coal supply is very solid, we haven't got any problems with that. But this wood supply is going to be an issue. We've got 26 more wood coming in, and then we're hoping to get the sawmills done. We're going to have to keep hold of some wood to be able to build those sawmills. This thing will get dismantled in due time. Somebody else died. Not great. But the heat is coming soon, and that will help a lot, I suppose. Would you recommend this game? It's £10 right now. If your computer is good enough to appreciate the graphics, which I think are really beautiful, yes, absolutely worth £10. Obviously, it depends on your situation. If you're a kid and you only get, you know, £1 a week pocket money or something, then no. But if you've got any sort of salary at all, then that's really not a massive amount to ask for what is quite a premium game from everything that I've seen of it. I enjoy city building games, I enjoy survival games, and I think this is an excellent amalgamation of those two things. And for £10, pretty much a bargain. I think I paid quite a bit more than that, and I got this game plus another game from the same studio, which was a much smaller game, but I'd also very heavily recommend, called This War of Mine, which is a wonderful game based on the idea that you play the survivors of a war rather than the fighters in it. So your job is basically a bit like this, is to just be trying to survive a war that's going on by building your own shelter and, you know, boarding up the windows and trying to keep people out and making your own food and drink and so on and so forth. Highly recommend that game if you get the chance. It's called This War of Mine, made by the same studio as this game. But yeah, definitely recommend this game as well. So we need 5 workers. We only have 5 kids available. So let's see, can we put some children in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll take 3 workers out, put 3 kids in. No worries at all, mate. No worries. Hope you enjoy it. If you do choose to play, we need to pull 1 worker out of somewhere, and now we can launch an expedition party, and we can head out to the Lost Expedition and go and try and get our people back. So that's... oh, hello. We've pressed the wrong thing. Back to the city. Nice. So, night time, not a lot happening. Skip through for a minute because I don't think we're doing anything particularly important except waiting for this expedition to arrive. We're going to need these people to start working on all of our stuff. So, looks like everyone's been fed though, so that's a very good start, and it looks like this temperature rise is coming in very soon. And I think that's going to help a lot. Look at that. I mean, that is just so beautiful. The sun actually comes across with the shadows across the screen. That is just amazing. Look at that. I know it's a very simple thing, but it's just that kind of detail adds a lot to a game like this, in my opinion. Bravo, developers. Right, we need these guys to go and get those folk, because we need some bastard engineers. We need workshops, we need doctors, we need anyone with any sort of skills. Have to go. Good luck streaming, mate. Much appreciate that. Have a good evening. Hope you're well. Do throw me a follow if you fancy coming back and checking it out at some point, because I only do announcements via follow notifications at the minute. I am planning to do a bit of Discord action soon. I just need to get my arse in gear and get that sorted. Very, very kind. Very, very kind. Waiting for what? Scouts have reached the Lost Expedition and they're waiting. Search the area? Yeah, of course search the area. Oh, right, okay. So, happy reunion. We enter the camp, and appearing out of the driving snow, a choir of excited voices welcomes us. Thank God you found us. We'd been wandering for days until we couldn't go any longer. Soon we'd begin to starve. Children and adults surround us, packed and ready to go. Can we tell the children to sod off? Actually, no, because we actually take children workers, so yes, absolutely. Some of them may die and it will take them longer. No, we absolutely want these people back to the city. Escort them immediately. 5 hours. Perfect. Perfect. Engineers, bring them in. 42% towards these sawmills, and then we can get our wood economy back online. I feel like we've got a bit too much steel coming in. Have we got any engineers working on steel at the moment? No, normal workers. Where are all the kids? In the food and the resources up here. 5 sick absences. Yeah, we had too many people sick during that cold spree. And there's another cold spree coming, but it is a bit of a lighter one, so that's good news. Wood crates depleted. Fuckity-doo-da-day. Fuckity-doo-da-day. Right, well we may as well dismantle this one as well, and then we just need sawmills at that point, I think. I mean, there's double coal up there, so eventually we're going to have to build that, but this seems to be enough. We've got enough coal. That's only a day's worth of coal. Ignore everything I just said. We need more coal. Can we get that to bring in anything other than that? No, so let's wipe that there. And we're going to have to road it, I think. Oh, I don't want to, but I think we have to. That is a lot to spend on just one road out to there. Does it have to be roaded? Anyone in the chat, does a resource post have to have roads to it? Or does that just make it more efficient? Has to. Fuck. Alright. Because I get the impression that if we run out of coal, while various other things can go wrong and people can be okay with it for a bit, I think if we run out of coal, we are genuinely all up fucked. So, I'm going to try and avoid that scenario for as long as we possibly can. Scouts have returned. We can send them back out into the Frostland. Let's send them out. So what have we got? We've got the choice of a sturdy shelter. The Union Jack flies above it. Britannia. This peculiar building must be the Arctic Observatory. There's smoke over it. Several wrecked vehicles, no signs of life. They're probably our machines. Had to leave a number of supplies in them after the crash. Interesting. Sturdy shelter, crash site. Let's go to the crash site. I like the idea of free supplies. You could shut down the generator during the daytime. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships, but shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We'll look for the others. Right. First of all, slam everyone full of engineers. Let's go. Anywhere else that isn't completely full of workers, let's go. And now sawmills should get done. We can then build a couple of sawmills, fill them with folk. And then, boom, there we go. So, what do we need next most? Interesting. Don't think we need steelworks. Don't think we need hunter drawing board coal thumpers yet. We might need those fairly soon, but we're going to take a gamble. So we either need to go with steam hub or leveling up and trying to get generator range or power. Or we could go with the safe route and get the coal thumpers just to make damn sure that we don't run out of coal. I think I'm going to favour getting these steam hubs, because I think we're going to need those. I'm a a fan of generator hubs myself. Yeah, well, apparently so am I. Right, we're able to make sawmills, so let's bloody do it. About there looks like the ticket. And then a little road gets it done.
Workday ends. It's off time.
I hate the halfling chef. Same, the way it's random can get pretty annoying. Yeah. Pavel, do you play Blood Bowl? Would you like to join our Blood Bowl league for the next season? It's going to be starting in a few weeks. If you'd be interested, it'd be a pleasure to have you. And take those after the beacon. Yeah, well, it looks like the best thing to do, doesn't it? Hang on, streets under... Oh, I thought it was saying, like, no streets. I was like, I just built the bastard street. Okay, still needs to build. Fair enough. So we could take our children out of work now, I suppose. And put in proper workers, because we don't need the children to be working at this moment. So let's do that. Proper workers, proper workers. I play, but only play tabletop Blood Bowl from time to time. Well, the game itself online is actually very good. And, oh, hang on. Healthcare protest. Urgent need for treatment. They've gathered to protest. The untreated keep rising. I promise the sick will be treated, or I have to build another medical post. Fuck it. I promise they'll be treated. I don't know how we'll actually manage to treat them, but I'll make the promise anyway. As for the PC one, I only have the first one. Well, as I was about to say, the second one isn't too expensive, is in my opinion very, very well done. There are a couple of tiny little UI things that I would mess around with, and I think the MVP system is the most commonly complained about thing. But generally speaking, I think it's excellent. There will be a third one coming out relatively soon. That's the main downside to potentially buying the second one, is if you buy it and then the third one comes out, you'll be pissed, and rightly so. But we do have a really wonderful league with a lot of very friendly people in it, and it's ended up being a lot of fun, and it is growing season by season, and it would be an absolute joy to have you in there. So if you do fancy it, do let me know. Skill is not a necessity, just ask Matthias, he's in the league. So if you fancy it, we can get you into the Discord and into the league for the next season, no problem at all. See? Even he confirms. Excellent, excellent. Come and kick our ass. We've only got about 4, like, competitive players, I would say. Hello, why is nobody working here? I fucked that up. No, it would be excellent to have another decent player in the league. Bring it on. So now we're going to have to put -5, +5, +5 there. Beautiful. So we've now got a sawmill. Now how much wood's that? What? Someone died? Oh, fuck 'em. So how much wood's that going to bring in? A lot. Nice. Evening, Scary. I think we're going to have to take an engineer out of there and stick him on healing some folk, because if we don't heal anyone very soon, we are going to get... They're going to get quite upset, and frankly, I don't blame them. And it looks like we might need an additional medical post, like, even on top of all the other ones we've got. Too many homeless? You're not kidding. I've got... Trust me, I've got issues coming out my ears. Homeless is just one of them. Oh, he went to the event in Austria this year, did he, for the World Cup, the Blood Bowl World Cup? I saw a vlog from one of the YouTubers that plays Blood Bowl that I quite like, and it looked like a very impressive event. I liked how it came out. By the way, quick question of usual thing, just a little question. Video, audio, quality, anything that anyone would change? For example, camera angle was mentioned earlier. I think that's now been fixed. But anything... All good? Marvellous. I sacrifice children to save my generator on a daily basis. What's a few deaths in a hospital? Can't say you didn't attempt to save them. I like you. I like you. You can stay. But why are we unable to cure these people? Because we've got no bloody food. Is that basically what's going on? We've not got enough food. To be honest, we've not got enough of anything. It's not like I've overdone it on any particular thing. Overdrive the generator. When the overdrive is on, the temperature all heat zones raises, but the generator stresses. It takes 6 coal an hour and potentially burns out after a bit. That's fine, but we're actually pretty low on coal. So I don't think we're going to need that up until like the, you know, some problematic... Like when this cold snap comes in, we might need it, but... Alright, everyone's getting back to work. Here we go.
Move, people. There's plenty to do.
It doesn't burn extra. It says 6 per hour here, doesn't it? Like, isn't that related to that? Oh. Interesting. Oh, 6 per hour just in general. Right, okay. I don't think I actually need to have heating on in these medical posts anymore, but to be honest, we did promise to heal some people, so maybe we should. This doesn't have any raw food, but we've got a lot of food rations, so everybody should be getting fed. We've got 77 food rations. Why are they not eating? Bastards. Right, meanwhile, let's build some tents. So, yeah, let's just not dick about. Let's get the tents near the generators for now. And make sure that people are actually staying alive. Everywhere is at incredibly low efficiency because of... absent, sick, dead, whatever, I don't know. Oh, because we've not got many guys there, fair enough. Right. Scouts have reached somewhere. So this is our expedition, so this search might provide wood and raw food. That sounds wonderful, let's do that. Lots of wood and some food. Take the resources, hell yes. Now go straight back home, do not pass go, do not collect 200, just bring me that fucking wood. Helps you get less sick people during nights since you don't have enough homes. Oh, and your kitchen is closed so they can't access their munchies. Why is my kitchen closed? Could not resume production. I think it's still open. It just, I don't have any raw food, even though I've got two hunters' places doing their bit. Do I need another hunter's place? I guess I probably do if they're telling me I'm shit out of food all the time. But more importantly, I need to get these tents up for these homeless folk. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we came to the same conclusion. Oh, that's a good point. We haven't passed any laws in a while. Let's pass some laws. No, no. Yep. Let's try and... We need to heal some folk.
Everyone, new law is signed.
Emergency shifts. We've already got emergency shifts, I think. So you want me to do emergency shifting, like on the doctors, for example, or something? Quite a lot of people dying. Coal piles depleted. So we're down to just one coal pile over here, are we? Yeah, 400 and something. That'll be alright. And we've got 2 here, 300, 300. So we're going to need that coal thumping tech next, I think, just to avoid being fucking dead. A lot of wood and food is about to come in from the... Why can't we get any more? From this place we can put 2 less workers, 2 more kids. And then put 2 proper workers on there. More people dead, fucking hell. They're dropping like flies. We need one there, so let's take a worker off, put it on food. I even upgraded my hunter.
Gather your tools.
We're going to need the coal thumpers eventually. Build these tents, you bastards. No soup. Everyone loves soup. Yeah, heat some homes, right. So I assume these are the cold homes. There we go. So we need to put a steam hub down over here somewhere, and that will presumably heat that all up nicely. Oh, it can only go on roads. Right. So let's put one there, fuck it. I would not be so sure about the soup part. We have not got enough food, which in about 2 minutes will be aided a little bit. Right, so we need to get them out, looking for stuff. Sturdy shelter, go. They complain, but you put up a pleasure house and allow moonshine and everyone is happy again. Now then, has that helped out with the whole... Yeah, look at that. We've heated the homes. We've done what we said we'd do for once. Hurrah! think we're doing okay. We might want to put a little steam hub over here just to get everybody a bit less fucking freezing. 20 steel, yeah, I think that's going to make some sense. Let's maybe do that. Heat up those buildings a bit. Does any of this matter? That looks like a good spot. Let's do that. Time to invent faith. Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, a lot of people have died, Kruger. Like, I'm not surprised that they do not have a great deal of hope. A, I'm in charge. B, everyone's dying. Maybe you can rename one of your citizens Jesus to speed up the faith part. Yeah, but you assumed we're going with Christianity. No. Simonism. That's the... we're going to need food. If we do that, there's not actually going to help us much. I don't see any benefit. Well, no one is starving, but I need to treat these people, and the only way I can do that at the moment is providing extra rations. And so that is an issue. Make a law that the only name allowed is Simon. Makes communication tricky, isn't it? Thank you for coming, Simon. That's very kind. I'd like to introduce you to Simon, the leader of the thing, and he'll be talking about Simonism, where we all praise Simon for... It's like, what the fuck's going on? So, lots of people dead. Are we about to have an absolute revolt? I feel like we might. The discontent is low. It's just that we are massively lacking hope. There is not a great deal of hope going on at all. Right, resources, kind of looking okay. Coal, not amazing. And this coal thumper is just not getting researched whatsoever. Presumably just because it's night time. Let's speed things up a smidge. Here we go. I never renamed anyone but automatons. Or automatons? Automatons. More kids. Oh shit, we've run out of kids. We've run out of kids. I never thought we'd say that. I think Simon will have to restart. You may not be wrong there whatsoever. But we're going to learn what we can. Ton of Londoners. I don't know what that means. If you mean actual people from London, that would be a bad thing. What's going on here? It's just that we don't have any raw food. Right. But we don't have enough people to actually go and... Like, even if I build another hunter's hut, right? So I get another hut, and I've already upgraded it. That's all beautiful. But I don't have enough people to go and hunt. Make them breed. Well, I can't make them breed, can I? Unless there's a law on it. Extended fucking. The fuck tent. Yeah. I'm short on folk. My graveyard is remarkably busy, I know that. 23 dead already. Bloody hell. And it's about to get cold. Oh, Lord. Who sees this going well? Cold snap. On the plus side, coal thumpers coming in. But I imagine that they also need engineers, and we are mercilessly short on engineers.
Workday ends. It's off time.
Mainly because most of them are trying to heal everybody. What's happened? Coal thumpers researched. Lovely. New research goal. We can definitely get the drawing boards. Off we go. Speaking from a biological standpoint, you don't have enough people to avoid inbreeding anyway. Yep, fair. So, the shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even worse weather. It might provide food, wood, and steam cores. Explore! The shelter is comfortable if you need any supplies. Remember to notify, blah 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 blah. Take the resources. Yes. Absolutely. Now we could go and check out the steel bridge and then go back to the city. What does it say? Trail goes over an elegant steel bridge, crosses a huge ravine, which might bring us some people. And if we head there, like, it doesn't look like we can head there. Oh, now we can. So that would take 13 hours, and then we could potentially go back to the city. Yeah, let's do that. Fuck it. We're probably screwed anyway, so let's go big or go home. Listen to Vidar. That guy loves experimenting with people. We are desperately short on people. Coal thumper. By pumping pressurized water, forming a pile enough for 2 gathering posts. Oh, I see. So you need to have it. That doesn't just go and mine this deep coal. You just smack some coal out, and then a gathering post collects it. I see. Well, fuck. Basically fracking. Yeah. Well, then we do not need that yet. That's annoying. I didn't know that. Well, piss. Okay, so what do we need most desperately? We need everybody to stop being bloody ill. How do I get everybody to be well again? We've already given them extra rations. And that's what's kicked our food supply in the teeth, I imagine. You need steel. What do I need steel for? I haven't seen anything that's required me to need steel yet. I mean, I take your word for it, but where do I have steel? Here. But I'd have to build a fair road out here, and I don't have enough. I just don't have enough people. I don't have enough people to collect it. Like, at the moment, I literally cannot spare the people to collect any steel to do anything of what you've just mentioned. Ah, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. So I've already got a steam hub here that's sort of keeping this bit toasty, a steam hub here keeping this bit toasty, main generator here, these fuckers can freeze, fuck them, and this is a graveyard, so who gives a damn. So then, like, I genuinely, I just have no people to send out here to do anything else, to do any expansion. And even though I've got 3 medical posts fully kitted out giving extra food rations, I've still got 20 people sick with 7 gravely ill, and I can't seem to get them not sick. So either it's punishing me really hard from early stuff. Well, I won't get anyone from expeditions, I don't think, right? Because I've only gone, I went to a place and I got wood and food and a steam core, which is great. I know that can lead to automatons later on. But they're now going to go to a steel bridge. Maybe we'll find some people there. That's why I went to that bridge, because I knew I needed people. Also, coal's not great. It is actually going to run out at some point. If you have more coal and heat, you get less sickos. Alright, well let's overdrive this bastard for a bit. And see if anybody gets a bit less ill. How's that? Oh, hope is gloriously low. Let's open the book of laws. Pass some law that says, be hopeful. What's triage? Dedicate all of our efforts. Hope will fall, discontent will rise, and people will... That doesn't seem great. Gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at a low cost in special homes. Care house. Gravely ill are kept. No longer burden medical. They eat half as much. Hope will rise. You have to build a... Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's sign that immediately.
Hear me. New law in the city.
Care house. Boom. There it is. I need to not forget that we've got that bloody thing over overdrive for a bit. Oh god, the temperature's about to go down. Panic! Everybody panic! If you weren't already panicking, panic now.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
-40, we are fucked. We are fucked. Alright, so we found an automaton. Or might find an automaton. We stopped at the end, marvelling even more so as a huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. Possible to send it back or disassemble it for resources. 90 steel and 2 cores, get boned, get it back to the city. So now we need to either go further or bring that stuff home. I think we just need to go balls to the wall and go even further. So weather station or a large convoy. We're definitely going to the convoy. Get some people. And then the automaton should be on the way back. Finding the bridge proved that we're on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? Logical explanations to it all, but people are growing anxious. Yeah, fuck 'em.
The work shift starts.
So nobody's now in these homes, so I can un-overdrive. What? I did promise warmth. I've provided warmth, you big cock. Oh, God. Oh, dear. I do not see 0 hope and half a bar of discontent as being likely to go well for me. Hurrah! Hope is back again. People are desperate. They're talking about overthrowing you. 2 days to raise hope. Shit. We're fucked. We're fucked. We're all very fucked. A lot less people are sick. Like, actually, things really aren't that bad at the moment. It's just that they have been bad for a very long time up until this point. So I totally get where they're coming from. Also, the rate of death is quite high. Let's have a quick glance. Why? Alright, let's turn on the heaters where everybody's working so they stop fucking dying. Right, that is going to cost us on the coal front though. We don't actually have enough people. More people died. Jesus H. Christ. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to bow our heads in shame and start a fresh game. We've learned some things. So, a new home, main story, customise, stick it on hard again, we're not dicking about. Immediately start, jump in, we'll go on a little bit faster speed, we're going to skip that. New home has a new meaning. So, fight the cold, we need to immediately get going, we put in full set onto wood and coal. Off we go. And we've still got some more people, so let's get those on wood as well. And then we can just get a tiny bit of... Do we need any steel at all early game? Not really. Would I rather just have more wood? Yes, I would. Hey? Hey? We do not need to make anybody hot right this second, so it's better to get the coal stockpiled first, I suppose, and then turn the generator on. Why not gather super much wood instead of coal? Genuinely haven't got a clue. Why not? Like, I mean, I suppose it says we need to get coal and we need to get the generator on and keep people warm and stuff. So I just sort of figured we need to get some coal in. But wood was the main factor that was holding us back last time. You are right about that. I feel like if I pull them off now, it's going to take them fucking ages to change location, though, because it took them ages to get out there. Like, I guess they have to come... Oh, hello. Work is needed. Open the book of laws, get the children to work. Yep, absolutely.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
They work while walking. Marvellous. Let's get 5 off there. And get... Where's my wood pile? Here. Let's get the 10 there. What's that? Steel? No. Wood max. Wood max. So we've actually got wood maxed out. Let's not bother with steel for now. Let's just get wood and... that. Now we've got homeless people all over the show. Let's get the tents in because I think we want to do that. Oh, in that case, let's pull those off that and get them building tents. Might be better to have a few people unemployed just building these tents. But as soon as they go off work, they're going to build the tents anyway. And that's when they're going to be pissed off because that's when they're going to be homeless. What's this hope going down for? Lack of shelter, yeah. So all we need to do is get this shelter built ASAP. I'm going to keep it all within range of the generator for now. So fuck you guys, you've all got homes. Next thing we're going to need is resource points. We're going to need food sorting out, so we're going to want a medical centre, and we're going to need a hunter's hut and a cookhouse. But we need people to work on the hunter's hut. We've got raw food. Alright, so let's build the cookhouse immediately as well. There's going to be plenty of work for people when they get off work. They're going to be like, yay, we finished with work, great, get constructing houses in the dark.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
The heating is off. Oh shit, yeah, we forgot to turn it on. Now's a good time. We need a bit more wood to actually build that thing. Damn. Anyway, let's get the children cooking. Meanwhile, this lot should be heating up. We get all houses for everybody, and then hopefully nobody gets sick. Overheat so you don't get sickos. Alright. Sounds like sound advice on the first night. Oh, that cold snap's gonna kick my ass. Anyway, more people are getting housed. That is good news. Nobody's sick yet. That is theoretically getting built. Just turn the heat off during the day, so the stress drops. Oh, okay. 4-1 versus the halflings. Yeah, that is quite a decent result, even versus halflings that are a bag of shit. 4-1 is still a very impressive win. How's your team coming along? What skill ups have you got and stuff? Have you got any star players going on? I've got enough wood to build a road out to there, so while people are off, we'll get those there. Agi5 with Strip Frenzy and the other one with Strip Ball. Yeah, that is basically the combination that we discussed, and it does seem to be pretty silly. Like, Agi5 lets you just get everywhere, and then Frenzy just knocks people out, and that's... Injury rolls, God bless. So it is stressed a bit. So when we turn the overdrive off, does the stress slowly go down, or do we need to turn the generator off to get the stress to go down? Or is it like both, where you can turn it down, un-overdrive for it to go down slowly, but turn it off for it to go down quickly? Let's speed this up. Build a beacon, etc, etc. So we've got no workers to actually put in that hut. We've probably got a bit too much coal coming in. Put 10 in there for now. But there's no roads there, so while there's no roads, let's keep that going. Ah, okay. Uptime and cooling. Gotcha. Workday starts. Overdrive off.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
So once that street's done, we can start putting some people in there. Meanwhile, we need to build a workshop, a beacon, and get to some people. Yeah, we got some sickos. That was unfortunate. We're going to have to get a medical post. Critical shortage. Number of sick is rising. We don't have enough resources. A burst of effort for that emergency shift law. Not sure about the emergency shift law, to be honest with you. I'm tempted by soup. I think we go with soup. I'm gonna try it.
New law. A new law has passed.
Right, so we can knock a few people off coal. street is still under construction, only it's not actually under construction, so let's get rid of all of those people so that they'll build the street and then we can actually put them to work again. Grr. Why is that not working? Because we've got no raw food coming in. Right, fair enough. So let's take the children off there then. We may as well get coal from them. Fook it. Right, we do have enough to build this medical post. We do not have enough space to put it next to the generator. That's a pisser, isn't it? So when this cold snap comes in, my medical shelter is going to stop working. How's the overdrive doing? It's coming back alright, that's not so bad. Child injured. Bugger off. Should have been more careful. Right, so the medical place is getting built. That's good. It's only going to be active for about a day and a half though, until this cold snap comes in. We're going to need a workshop, for which we're going to need some steel. We've got none. So we're going to have to pull 5 engineers off. Get that going. That's got nothing coming in. That's got its road, so we can put people in there now.
One day ends. It's off time.
Try and get as much food in as we can. Then we've got quite a few people getting treated and so on. It looks like that's sorted out the health just in time. People are a bit hungry but not too much. And then once we've got food, we can whack some people in the old cookhouse. Meanwhile, I do need a bit of steel. So let's put 5 onto steel for now. We can introduce a new law. What law do we want? We've already got soup. We've already got all of this stuff. Child labour, all jobs. What's that going to do? Hope will fall, discontent rise. They can injured or die, but then they can work everywhere. Quite like that law, to be honest. Emergency shift, not a bad idea sometimes. Don't really want that yet. Don't care too much about sustaining life for now. I'll go with child labour.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
And then we'll speed the night up. Oh yeah, shit, I should have been overdriving, shouldn't I? What's happened? Refuse to let her, we won't make an exception, get on with it. Everyone goes back to work. Right, we do have some food to deal with, but honestly not enough, and we're not starving yet, so let's just crack on with things as is. We need that steel to come in so that we can get this workshop going. Come on. Wood crates depleted. Which wood crates? These ones. We have a lot of people unemployed suddenly. Well, let's put 5 of them in the chop house. Those are gone. Wood crates on full. Any more wood crates? Yep, we can max that one out then. And we've got 10 people who are unemployed. What do we need? If the tech tree... My tech tree already ready? Jesus. Okay, so... Let's go back to normal speed for a second. Get some engineers out. And then in the workshop get 5 engineers in and start research. So, what do we need? We need heaters, I would imagine, or maybe a steam hub immediately? Or do we need the beacon immediately to go and start getting those? I think we need to get the beacon going. We just need to get those, all that stuff that our expedition crew got was way too valuable. More so than a simple heater would be. Even though this cold snap's coming, I don't think it's going to help us in time anyway. So we're just going to have to fucking overdrive the hell out of the generator for a bit. And we're not going to go double workshop this time. We're going to sort of keep everything a bit more simple. But that means we probably could do with a gathering post.
Go rest all who can.
Game vs Lizardmen, first 2 blocks of his, 2 KOs. Yeah. I mean, that can happen. It's that thing, when you're playing Wood Elves, you just expect that kind of crap, sadly. We are a bit short here. Let's get 5 more people on steel. 5 people can build the roads and stuff. We are remarkably short on food, but we've got a lot less sickos. And it's night time, so let's get the generator overheated. Family torn apart, scout team, etc, etc. Yeah, we're working on it. Quit your bitching. And then we need 10 folk in here. Kids, get to work. This road going all the way out here really didn't make a lot of sense. I should have had my hunting hut closer to the city, I think. Not like super close, but just a bit closer than it is. Like, this is quite a long road for very little reason. I mean, I suppose were resources here originally? I don't know. It feels like a bit of a waste. That's probably suboptimal. This one's kind of fine. And then we're going to need that one at some point. Why is that not working? Oh, because we don't have any food for them to actually do. I think we can speed through this. Nothing much is happening now. And then it is going to get mighty chilly in a moment. And then people are going to get rightly upset, I think. Somebody died. But we need to wait 9 hours to sign in a new law. think we're going to go with the corpse pit this time. The graveyard was a bit annoying last time because it took a lot of people out of work to deal with it. I don't know, like, again, if you want to start a religion, maybe.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
So our medical post is now inactive. And the only way that we can do something about that...
Work time. Get back to work.
Interesting. So while it's this cold, if people are gathering but we don't have enough steel, we need 5 steel. So we need to get a couple of steel from this, then get them to build a resource point up here. Then road it. And then I think we need to get people off anything that's freezing. We don't need wood that much right now, so get everybody off the wood. They can go and build all this crap. And try not to freeze. We kind of need a bit of steel, so I'm not really tempted to pull these guys off the steel entirely. Also, we're getting steel from this research point, right? Yes, we are. Gathering post, even. That one's coal and steel, wood and steel. There's 44 left there. Fuck it, if we're gonna have people there, let's have people there. Some people are working on that. What's happening? Double rations for kids. Yeah, kind of. I think it's probably a good idea. Kid deaths, not good for hope or anything like that. Let's try and keep everyone at least slightly hopeful. We must do something. Medical treatment or sustain life. Hope will rise. Discontent will rise. Bodies are preserved for potential human future use. Organ transplants? Oh, hell yes. That just sounds hilarious. Let's do that. Yeah, we're definitely recycling organs. That's just happening. I mean, if everyone's going to freeze their tits off out here, we may as well at least be able to transplant those tits. Imagine if someone had a really nice pair. You know, we could just be like, look, lady, you don't have much to serve our community with. This other lady over here recently died, happened to have a wonderful pair of knockers, and we wondered if you wouldn't mind just sort of, you know, carrying them around. It will raise morale no end. You just watch the hope go doodle-doodle-doodle. We can sign a new law. Motorboating. Tits provide heat. Exactly. Insulation. We'll call it extra insulation. We're looking after our lady folk. Oh, I could actually build this beacon and I bloody haven't, have I? Was I supposed to... have I researched it? No, I haven't. Was the research ongoing? Oh, it is going. Right, excellent, fine, good. So, Book of Laws is ready to go. We're definitely doing corpse disposal because we want to get on with organ transplants as soon as possible.
Hear me! New law in the city!
Snow pit. Outside the heat zone. Easy. Done. Yeah, get that gathering post going and get all the workers out of this. Definitely get the children out of there. Christ, we're going to get dead kids and then they're all going to get real pissy with me. Right, we've got enough coal going on. So ideally, I think the food situation is not great. I'm going to go with another hunter's hut out here. And then it just needs a little one-roader there. And we'll get some more food coming in. Because I feel like we have got a bit of a lack of food at the minute.
Gather your tools. The shift is
What's
ending.
happening? Cold homes will heat some homes. Yeah, fuck it. Overdrive. Well, this game's going a lot better than the last time, innit? The wisdom of the crowd. La 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 la. Yeah, fine. Resources are going fine. Snow pits established. Dumping our dead into the pit is not something to be proud of. Yes, it is. It's not a snow pit. It's a potential transplant recipient centre. Sorry, donor centre. Plus medical practice. Anyone needs to practice doing a bit of surgery, boom. What have we got? We've got 5 kids who are not currently working. I'm okay with that. Let's just leave them not freezing their tits off, shall we? Right. We can get them building that beacon in a minute. We've still got a lot of people working on these wood crates, but honestly, we need the wood. Oh no, we've got 0 working on the wood crates. They're all coming from this gathering post. Great, 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 great. So the only people who are freezing are the people working on this steel wreckage, which are largely engineers. That's not great. And because our medical post still isn't working at the minute, not truly delighted about the whole lack of medical post thing. Maybe we could get rid of a tent. No, because if we get rid of tents, they're going to dick us for not maintaining livable conditions. Bloody hell. Fuck. Fuck. Right, night time. Just nobody die. Nobody die. Nobody die. Someone died. Someone else died. Stop dying. Bastards. Another one died. Ding dong, dingity dong. Dead. Everybody's dead. Right, how's this doing? Pretty badly.
Time to get to work.
You promised warmth, you broke your promise, everyone gets pissed. Right, well, I really did think that Oh, it's because I undid that. If I'd kept it on, would it have done it? Probably would, wouldn't it? Shit. People are desperate, they're talking about overthrowing... Jesus, they're talking about overthrowing me before I've even got them all killed. So what we're adding here is a steam hub, I suppose, or heaters. Heaters. Can introduce a law. We're going to have to do one that the sick recover faster. Yes.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
That's because the dead are another resource. Yes, you are, my friend. So the beacon's built, and that should give us a little touch of hope. I hope. Hey, hey. So we send them out to the Lost Expedition. Yes, but in order to do that, we need to get a group of people together. So we take 4 workers off there, take 1 worker off there. We go to the beacon and we build that group. Marvelous. Then we send them to the Lost Expedition. Sweet. That didn't get us any hope? Bastards. Absolute bastards. Ungrateful fucks. People cheer. We needed a win. So does that give me hope? Give me hope. If people are cheering, give me some hope. Arseholes. Arsehole of a game. Steel depleted. We've now got extra people available. Cool. Someone else died. Not good. Lots of people are hungry. Three extra people on that.
Workday ends. It's time off.
More sick bed needed. I will open a new medical post. So as long as I open a new medical post, that will give me some hope. And that I desperately need. So they didn't say that it needs to be an operational medical post. They just said I need to build one. So fuck them. There you go. I built it. Give me hope. Escort them to the city. But I did. I opened a new medical post. Do I just need to do that and then it's opened, or?
Move! Time to get to work.
People arrived, hooray! We'll look for the others. Woman in despair. Make an exception and bury him for sure. Let's make another search party. Whoa, whoa, don't disband. Oh, I have a limit of 1. Bastards. So we need to get them out. That was supplies. And that was something else, wasn't it? Let's go for the supplies again. Supplies is good. People stop dying. Heaters researched. Marvellous. Go, go. You help the sick. Hope rises. Hooray! research goal. We're going to need a steam hub probably, but we're also going to need a sawmill if anything, if memory serves. Hunter's gear. I think we're going to need the hunters because we're having food issues. A lot of people are hungry. And why is this place not functioning? Because we don't have enough food, but I've got 2 fully operating bastards. Right, everywhere's full on folk. We do need a bit more wood, but we can't get any more until we get sawmills. Oh, Jesus. And now we're going to need housing for everybody, and then we're going to need those steam hubs. Jesus. We do not have long to raise this hope.
Workday ends. It's time off.
Pass a law that will give us some hope immediately, because otherwise we're fucked. Hope will fall. Nope, 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 nope. Hope will rise, hope will rise. That seems good. Anywhere else that hope will rise? That'll reduce discontent, don't give a damn. Hope will... discontent will rise. No, we're going to have to go with this one because it's the one that gives us some hope.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
So everybody's homed. Most people are fed. We've got some sickos, but there's not much we can do about that. But I think it's too late anyway because they're going to convince... they're going to overthrow me in about 3 hours. 2... It gets a lot warmer. Is that going to be enough to make anybody hopeful? Go on, be a little bit hopeful.
Work time. Get moving.
Nope. We're doomed. You're banished. A band of grim men escorts you under the generator. The waiting crowd is silent. People observe you as you pass. Their faces blank as though watching snow fall. You are summarily judged and spared the death sentence in recognition of your efforts. You are banished from the city instead. Yeah, because that's not going to result in the same thing. Right. Cool. I am really, really glad that this game is actually pretty hard on hard mode. That is delightful. Obviously, we've only got 15 minutes of the stream left, so it doesn't make much sense to start afresh save, what I will probably do is play it a little bit off stream, try and get through that first little stage so that the next time that I stream it, it will be it will actually be progress, because obviously you don't want to keep me watch me do that same bit. You know, I've learned a little bit from a few mistakes that I've made there, and I would like to try and get those fixed up. I am going to feed my dog because she's getting very nervous beside me. For those who haven't met her yet, here is Doggo. Hello, Doggo. Hello. So going to feed the doggo, and then hello. I know you're hungry. You are. So feed doggo, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to play a little bit of Dead by Daylight, just to round off the stream. Don't want to sort of finish early, so bear with me. Be right back in 2 minutes, and then we're going to jump in and just play 1 or 2 games as the killer, just for a bit of entertainment. Be right back. Alrighty. So, to round out the stream, we're going to play... I bought a new skin for the Wraith with the random free Battle Pass stuff that I'd got. So we're going to play Wraith just because, as I say, I got a skin for him, so we'll just have a bit of fun with it. And I do think it's a very, very cool skin for the Wraith. I like that a lot. So we're playing Invisible Dude. For those who don't know this game, it is a 1 versus 4 asymmetrical horror survival type game. In other words, these 4 people will be attempting to escape the arena that we're put into, and we'll be playing the killer. In this case, we play an invisible guy that can whack a bell and become invisible or visible. When I'm invisible, obviously, that's quite good for me. They don't see me come in and they don't hear me come in and stuff like that. But I can't hit them, so I need to smack my bell, become visible, and then smack them. Once I've smacked them, I stick them on meat hooks and basically offer them as sacrifices to my evil god. And they've got a certain amount of time to rescue each other from the hooks, otherwise they get sacrificed. My job is to sacrifice them all as much as possible, and their job is to power up some generators. So you can see that 3 of these ones have got toolboxes, so this is going to be a pretty rough game for me. They're going to likely do generators very, very quickly. So their job is to power up the generators, which activates some exit doors. They then power up those doors and get the hell out of there. They can't really damage me in any way. The only thing they can do to me is blind me with this flashlight. So the main trick for me will be to avoid getting blinded when I'm trying to pick up the opponents. We've got a moderately thick and dark mist, so that's not great. Plus 3 toolboxes. We're going to have to play pretty well here. But we're going to keep with a very broad strategy of... let me just check I actually unmuted myself. Good, I did. That would have been annoying. Quite a big explanation to be muted for. So we're going to be going for very much not tunneling one survivor. If we get stuck chasing one survivor a lot, we're going to break off and immediately try and chase somebody else. Oh, hello. We wasted quite a lot of time on her, but we did then catch up with her, so not all bad. As I said, we don't want to tunnel anyone survivor. She's damaged with sloppy. Let's get over here. Put some hurt onto this girl. Get this generator going down again. Didn't go for it, that was smart, which means she gets that. Oh, she fucked herself there. She should have fucked herself right up. Alright. She wasted the maximum time she could, so fair play to her. But we do get her. Sadly, I'm not going to be using, in this build, in this game, I'm not going to be using much in the way of hook pressure. I'm going to be using more generator patrolling, which means I need to get back over to this one and get it. Oh my lord, no one actually got back on it. That is great news. That means we got a lot of regression over there. That is good. So now we can come back over here. In time to catch someone. They're protecting her, which suggests that they don't actually have borrowed time. So I shouldn't have hit that front girl. I should have waited to hit this girl. Which means now I'm going to have to chase this one instead. That's a bit annoying. They have dropped that pallet in the shack, which is good news for me. Oh man, she actually went through there. I missed it. That's cost me a lot. So she went this way, we found her. She's on a loop. It's not a very safe loop. And we get her. Nice. It's a relatively safe pickup because there was very little chance of a flashlight save there. My ruin is still up, which is most certainly helping me a lot. I'm going to get over here. Yeah, even with ruin, they're getting a lot of work done. Let's just get a bit of regression wherever we can, and we'll get back over to the hook now. Wow, they just went hard on the gens. And fortunately that guy made a mistake, unless he did have a partner right next to him. He did not, so we do get that hook. And now there are 3 gens, and we need to patrol them, so we need to basically ignore the fact that he's on that hook. They got Ruin finally? No? Alright, now they got Ruin. May as well get the hit on her, why not? Especially if she fucks up like that. I'll take a hook, why not? I'm gonna slug her actually. I'll let this guy reach a pallet, that is really bad news. Is he going to reach the other side of it? He's not hugging that. Oh man, that probably just cost us the game. Fortunately he made a mistake and ran this way, I do not know why. She wants to get the save. That tempted her to come in for the save. She didn't get it. Now we need to get back to that guy because he's the one that's more likely to get rescued. He'll probably have healed himself a bit. So we want to grab him, get him hooked. We're expecting her mates to go and help her as quickly as possible. But yeah, exactly, they helped her immediately. We need to go and check on gen progress, which they immediately got. She's got sprint burst. Bad news for us. We've actually got... Oh, we don't have no-ed. They've immediately got rid of it. So the one perk that we actually had to give us a chance in this scenario is gone. That survivor is good and knows what she's doing. We're going to run over to this exit door. They've already 99'd it, so... there's no real chance here for me to do anything impressive. We at least get a few more points out of that, so that's nice. Oh, I actually managed to pick her up, so that's hilarious. She just really fucked up and got herself caught. I'll move her a bit further away from the door. I don't think it's going to matter, but I've got the hook strength to get to here. They know I don't have no-ed, so I'm surprised they're not just working together to dive this hook, because they could definitely get her through this exit door. There you go. Well, they didn't have borrowed time, so that works out for me. She may well have decisive strike. So we're going to wait the full time possible to pick her up. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, just making damn sure he doesn't have decisive strike ready to go. And we only get 2 kills. Oh, sorry, 1 kill. Ah. But we got a fair few hooks. As I say, a team with 3 toolboxes was always going to be a bit tough. So we quite rightly didn't rank up there. Even though we scored pretty reasonably in all there. So that is nice. Yeah, solid survivor there. We didn't manage to down her very well. Made a couple of key mistakes. I think I mentioned them, like a couple of parts during the chases where I just went the wrong way, or let them get to a pallet that I shouldn't have really let them get to. But nice little finish to the stream, just to have something to do. Right, I'll be back tomorrow evening with a bit of Spectrum Retreat. So that is the puzzle/story game that I'm playing at the moment. And so I'll be playing that, and I think, to be honest, we're likely during that session to finish the game, so then I might either jump back on Frostpunk if I've had the chance to play it a bit during the day tomorrow, or if I haven't, then maybe it'll be Dead by Daylight or Apex Legends or, I don't know, anything else. Unknown at this point, but for now it will be Spectrum Retreat for tomorrow's stream. So that'll be 8 till 11 European time. Thanks all for joining. Really appreciated and enjoyed the enthusiasm for the Frostpunk gameplay, and hope I can do a little bit better for you next time. I definitely fucked it up this time. Alright, have a great evening. Take care.